So good morning, everybody. Wish you all a very happy Republic Day. Welcome you all for the program Chinmaya Youth Parliament. This is the second such program we are conducting. Last year we conducted on Independence Day. Now we are conducting on this Republic Day. So we are very happy to invite you for this program. So we have with us Dr. Ram Mohan. Is going to preside over the function and preside over the program, and Dr. Muruganandam is going to lead the program as Lok Sabha Speaker. So let's start with invocation, and then let's start with the two songs on India, on nation, on the a national song. Om. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavai Tejasvinamatitamasthu ma vidvishavaiki. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Just a minute. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Just a minute.
Mataram Sujalam Sukhalam Malayaja Sheetalam Sasya Syamalam Mataram Vande Mataram Shubhra Jyotsna Pulakitayamini Pullakusumita Drumadala Shobhini Masarasini Sujanashi Mataram Mataram Vande Mataram Shubhra Jyotsna Pulakitayamini Pullakusumita Drumadala Shobhini Masarasini Sujanashi Karikulle nalla naadu Madara naade Karikulle Jyotsna Pulakitayamini Pullakusumita Drumadala Shobhini Masarasini Sujanashi சாரத்திலே சாரத்திலே சாத்திரம் கண்டு தருவதிலே நாடே இந்த நாடே
Sorry, some disturbance is there. 1 minute. I will just...
Any parliament, there will be disturbance only.
பாருக்குள்ளே நல்ல நாடு எங்கும் பாரத நாடு பாரத நாடு பாருக்குள்ளே நல்ல நாடு எங்கள் பாரத நாடு பாரத நாடு வீரத்திலே படை வீரத்திலே நெஞ்சில் ஈரத்திலே உபகாரத்திலே வீரத்திலே படை வீரத்திலே நெஞ்சில் ஈரத்திலே உபகாரத்திலே சாரத்திலே மிகு சாத்திரம் கண்டு தருவதிலே உயர்நாடு இந்த பாருக்குள்ளே நல்ல நாடு எங்கள் பாரத நாடு பாரத நாடு ஆக்கத்திலே தொழில் ஊக்கத்திலே உயர்வீக்கத்திலே உயர்நோக்கத்திலே ஆக்கத்திலே தொழில் ஊக்கத்திலே உயர்வீக்கத்திலே உயர்நோக்கத்திலே காக்கத்திரல் கொண்ட மல்லர்தம் சேனை கடலினிலே உயர்நாடு காக்கத்திரல் கொண்ட மல்லர்தம் சேனை கடலினிலே உயர்நாடு கடலினிலே உயர்நாடு இந்த பாருக்குள்ளே நல்ல நாடு எங்கள் பாரத நாடு பாரத நாடு ஆற்றினிலே சுனை ஊற்றினிலே தென்றல் காற்றினிலே மலை பேற்றினிலே ஆற்றினிலே சுனை ஊற்றினிலே தென்றல் காற்றினிலே மலை பேற்றினிலே ஏற்றினிலே பயனீந்திடும் காலி இனத்தினிலே உயர்நாடு ஏற்றினிலே பயனீந்திடும் காலி இனத்தினிலே உயர்நாடு இனத்தினிலே உயர்நாடு இந்த பாருக்குள்ளே நல்ல நாடு எங்கள் பாரத நாடு பாரத நாடு எங்கள் பாரத நாடு எங்கள் பாரத நாடு.
Thank you. Sorry for that initial glitch. Once again, I welcome you all for this session, Chinmaya Youth Parliament. So this is an attempt, this is an initiative by Chinmaya Academy for Civil Services to make the students learn the other way, another way. It is a learning in another way, in an interesting way. So they participate in a program, they come for a debate, they learn. Through preparation for the debate, they will also learn. And those who are watching, you will also get to know many things through this program. And it's another way of learning. I encourage all the students who are here of Chinmaya Academy for Civil Services and the AINF students to participate in this kind of programs in the coming days. So this will be a good learning for you, good experience for you. So thank you so much for coming. So let us start the program. I hand over the proceedings to Dr. Muruganandam, our faculty, Indian Polity. So Dr. Muruganandam, please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your brief introduction. And I welcome you all for this remarkable session. And at the very Republic Day, I wish you all the happy Republic Day. So almost we've got, almost we are crossing 70 plus years in this Republic Day. That's why I really thankful to the Chinmaya Mission and the Chinmaya Academy for Civil Services for making this wonderful opportunity for the practical learning, especially in the democratic studies and the political studies. And the famous quote about the Indian Parliament. Indian Parliament is the temple of Indian democracy, and the Constitution of India is the sacred text of the Indian democracy. Yeah, this is a well defined quote regarding the Indian Parliament and the Constitution. Of course, the Constitution had been enforced in the particular day, Jan 26, 1950. So we are all at the moment of celebrating the Republic Day of the India. So in this very particular moment, I welcome you everyone, especially those who are going to participate and those who are going to make this session very interesting today. And the Honorable Prime Minister, the Honorable Leader of Opposition, the Honorable Minister of all the portfolio, and other honorable members, last but not least, the audience and the spectators. I welcome you all from the chair of the speaker. And the point of learning. So I would like to tell you something, because this initiative is for only the academic learning. That's why. And as per Indian the Parliament proceeding, and every year first session would be started with the address of the President. So President will come to the Parliament and will give a special address in the joint sitting of the Parliament. So that we have a proceedings of, we have a pattern of President is also integrated part of the Parliament. President is an integral part of the Parliament in India. Unlike in USA Constitution, Indian Constitution prescribes the President is an integral part of the Constitution. Everything starts with the President and everything ends with the President. That's why I request the Honorable President Dr. Ram Mohan to give the special address in this joint sitting of the Parliament. Ram Mohan sir, please proceed your special note to the participants of this day. Thank you.
Muted, sir.
Okay. My compliments to the members of the Parliament, the ministers, and the other MPs from the upper house who are here gathered here. It is an important occasion. It is very much in the nature of things that this Parliament is being held in the place which is the mother of all deliberative legislative processes in India. The first elections recorded have been held in the Chola kingdom. The Uttaramerur inscriptions near Madras, there it gives a detailed description of how the Uttaramerur copper plate inscriptions, how elections were held, what are the qualities of the contestant, what is the duration. For instance, he is not supposed to have any tax arrears. He cannot be more than 2 times he cannot get contest, and he should have certain educational qualifications. So the first legislative process in India have been started in Tamil Nadu. So it is very appropriate that the new Parliament which is assembled here have chosen to hold it in Tamil Nadu with a very knowledgeable members. Some of them, I want to inform the newly elected MPs, there may be senior MPs like the Prime Minister, leader of the opposition. The oldest parliament in the world was very interestingly not in major countries of Europe or Asia. The oldest parliament was in Iceland in 900 930 BC, the first parliament was held in Iceland. It was known as Althing. So it was basically parliament means it is the connection of all nobles and lords who used to give advice to the king. It was not a deliberative legislature as we have got in parliament today. It is an advisory body, but called the parliament to advise the king of Iceland, 930. In Britain, in AD 1216, after the Glorious Revolution, the deliberative procedure was set up. The Iceland Parliament continued till 1800. Then it was discontinued for some time. Then the Denmark conquered Iceland and started the legislative process. Again, it became a regular legislature. And the legislative process we call deliberative legislature. What is deliberative legislature? Deliberative legislature means it is not something which gives straight away the advice to the king. It deliberates in a house where different opinions are held. So it is called deliberative legislature. Deliberative register is the name for the parliament. It is not mandatory legislature, it's a deliberative legislature. So it was happening. Then democratic procedure developed. In India, in ancient Tamil Nadu, the king had advisors. He did not have a cabinet or a parliament, but he had five major advisory groups, and then 8 group of active people who carry on the activities. Aimberanguru, the 5-member bureau, it used to give the plans, like the planning commission of today, to the king, whether in defense or finance or anything. Then it used to be approved by the king and was carried on to the Enberayam, the 8 late executive areas, like agriculture, defense, security, now education, everything. So Aimberanguru and Enberayam, they were the forerunners of the present democracy. Both of them happened in Tamil Nadu. It came much later. But then there are also records in ancient India. Now, all the old members of the parliament may be knowing it. There are newcomers, so I want to inform them about the procedure of legislature in India. The system was so perfect. There's an inscription of Rudradaman, the Saka king at Girnar in Gujarat. The very detailed inscription. Below that is also the Ashokan inscription. Above that is the Rudradaman's inscription. Rudradaman says how the discussions were held. Very interestingly, he records himself. He, as a king, he gave orders for the repair and reconstruction of a huge water body in Girnar. But then, when the parliament, the assembly met, the advisors met, they felt that the king has overspent the money, which is inappropriate financially. So they passed a resolution in their assembly. So the king has done a financial irregularity. So the cost of the construction should be recovered from him. The king honestly says, so he had to pay back the penalty because he did not observe the norms. This is deliberative democracy. You deliberate whether the executive actions are right. If it is wrong, it should be taken up, and then the person should be held up, and the new plans are done. This is deliberative democracy. This is what was happening in ancient India. The system was unfortunately went into disuse after the foreigners conquered India from 12th century onwards. It got revived only in 1947, and great people. You know who is the person who formulated the first draft of the Indian Constitution in 1946? It is Benagal Narasimha Rao, the famous lawyer, who was later became the judge of the International Court of Justice at The Hague, UN body. He wrote the first draft of Indian Parliament, which is the fountainhead for the deliberative democracy in India, the parliamentary system. Then, after 1946-47, a Constitutional Assembly was set up with Ambedkar as the chairman and 6 other people. 3 of them again are from Madras: Alladi Krishna Swamy Iyer, T.T. Krishnamachari, and Gopal Swami Iyengar. Out of 6 members, 3 members were from Madras itself. So the city of Chennai has got a lot to contribute towards the parliamentary democracy. So it is very appropriate. This session of the parliament is being held here in the glorious city of Chennai, which is the fountainhead of democracy. So I welcome all the members, and there should not be any acrimony in discussions. It should be intelligent discussions. There's a great compilation of the exchanges in British Parliament. It is there was a famous discussion between Benjamin Disraeli, who was the leader of the opposition. Who is the leader of the opposition here? What is the name?
Sir Narmata.
Okay. Then leader of the Prime Minister is Aishwarya. So these are the 2 ladies are very interestingly the leaders of the opposition and the leader of the government. So the Benjamin Disraeli was the Prime Minister, and Gladstone, Benjamin Disraeli was the leader of the opposition, and Gladstone was the Prime Minister. So in the discussion in the Parliament, there was a question asked, and a question in the English language. One of the MPs wanted to know what is the difference between a great loss and a catastrophe. Catastrophe means one of the unimaginable loss. So the MP asked, what is the difference between great loss and catastrophe? Then the leader of the opposition, Benjamin Disraeli, said, if our Prime Minister falls into a well, it's a great loss to the nation. But he saved from it, it is called a catastrophe. This is how the level of discussions which took place in British Parliament. And then there was a discussion between Winston Churchill and a lady member of the opposition. The lady members of the opposition party, Liberal Party, were so angry with the Prime Minister, Winston Churchill. She said, Mr. Prime Minister, had I been your wife, I would have given you poison and killed. Unfortunately, I am not. Then Winston Churchill said, had you been my wife, I would have gladly taken the poison rather than living with you. This was interesting discussion. It was not acrimonious, but it made the thing. So the members of the Parliament should come with points, ideas, logic, dialectics, but not something which demeans the parliamentary system. So I hope all of you are experienced people, educated, and you would have been taught. We are all, you might have attended the IAS classes held by Chinmaya Mission. So even though you are MP, you would have known how they have formatted your character. So I'm sure you will all carry on your discussion with decorum and quorum. Quorum is number of people. Decorum is how you conduct yourself. You will conduct yourself with quorum and decorum. I'm told 5 bills are going to be present in today's session. One is on EWS reservation. Other is Tamil Nadu's claim for NEET exemption. Government action in Corona and Omicron surge. PM security lapses. I think probably it is wrongly erroneously worded. It is not PM security lapses. It also means security lapses by the Prime Minister. It's lapses of Prime Minister security. That would have been read like that. Then stature of Indian defense equipment with a special reference to recent chopper crash. It's a very important area. So these 5 bills are going to be discussed today. After that, we have got a very competent, very knowledgeable, multifaceted speaker. I am sure he will be able to lead the discussions perfectly and advise you wherever you lapse. And at the end, let me come back if time permits. With that, I inaugurate today's parliamentary session. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable President, and we all wholeheartedly thanks for your insightful speech and the wonderful, remarkable speech with the various historical narratives also. Thank you, sir. Thank you all.
Muruganandam, 1 minute. Na mute
Yes,
all
sir.
kudukren, neenga unmute pannunga.
Okay.
Because disturbance varum.
Yes.
Okay. Proceed. Thank you.
Yes. So I will thank our Honorable President for delivering this wonderful speech, and we are all happy that, and we are all informed today with his historical narratives and the various parliamentary proceedings from in the chronological line also. So the entire parliament is ought to thank you with the wholeheartedly. Thank you, the Honorable President. Yes. So with the end of the Thanksgiving motion, so I happily invite the leader of the opposition to formally start the debate now. Actually, now the instead of swords, words will fight now. So, leader of the opposition, please start your question now. Please shoot your question to the ruling party.
Good morning to everyone present here. Good morning to our President. Good morning to Honorable President. Good morning to Honorable Prime Minister. Good morning to Honorable Ministers of Parliament. Good morning to Honorable Speaker. I'd like to start raising questions on recent chopper crash. As current government is always claiming that our defense equipments are most advanced, sought clear justification for this recent chopper crash.
Yes, leader of the opposition. So the question is about now the India is, especially the current government is always claiming that our defense equipments are well versed. Very recently also the government had procured Rafale for foreign countries also. But in spite of all these advancement, what is the actual reason causes the recent chopper crash in Tamil Nadu? Please, ruling parties invited now.
Good morning to all, Honorable President and Honorable Speaker, Honorable Prime Minister. So, can you hear me?
Yes. Please proceed, Honorable Defense Minister, please.
சார் ஏற்கனவே நம்ம சொன்ன மாதிரி எல்லா எக்யூப்மெண்ட்ஸும் வந்து இந்த வருஷம் வந்து கொண்டு வந்திருக்கோம். ஸோ இந்த வருஷம் வந்து கொண்டு வந்திருக்க காரணம் என்னன்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, ஸோ எப்படி வெதர் கண்டிஷன்ஸால இப்போ வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா கிராஷ் ஆக்ஷன் சொல்லியிருக்காங்க பார்த்தீங்களா. ஸோ அந்த வெதர் கண்டிஷன்ஸ் நான் ஏற்கனவே சொன்ன மாதிரி வெதர் கண்டிஷன்ஸால தான் அது வந்து கிராஷ் ஆகிருக்கு. ஸோ எல்லாம் நாம சொன்ன மாதிரி வாய்ஸ் ரெக்கார்டர், ஸ்பீக்கர்ஸ் எல்லாமே வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அவங்க சேஃபா இருக்காங்களா இல்லையா அப்படின்றது தான் நம்ம வந்து கன்ஃபர்மேஷன்ஸோடு கொடுத்துட்டு இருக்காங்க. ஸோ எல்லா கன்ஃபர்மேஷன்ஸும் கொடுத்து முடிச்சதுக்கு அப்புறமா தான் ஓகே இட் வில் பி சேஃப் அப்படின்றது சொல்லலாம். இப்போ 2021 இந்த வருஷத்துக்கு அப்புறம் தான் கொஞ்சம் கிளைமேட் வந்து இதுவா இருக்கு அப்படின்னு சொல்லலாம். ஸோ இந்த வருஷம் இல்லைன்னா நம்ம வந்து சேஃபா இருந்துப்போம். பட் இருந்தாலும் இப்ப அந்த வெதர் கண்டிஷன்ஸ் தானே நமக்கு வந்து இவ்வளோ அஃபெக்ஷன் ஆகுற காரணமே. ஸோ இது வந்து ஒரு சாப்பர் கிராஷா இருக்கு அப்படின்னு கூட சொல்லலாம் என்னை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும். ஏன்னு சொல்லனா, ஸோ இப்போ ரஷ்யாவில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா M17 அப்படின்னு ஒரு ஏர்போர்ட் இப்போ ஹெலிகாப்டர் தான் அதுக்கான காரணம் ரீசனே அதுதான். ஸோ இப்போ வந்து வெதர் கண்டிஷன்ஸாக தான் அது வந்து இது பண்ண முடியல. மற்றபடி பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஸ்பீக்கர்ஸ், வாய்ஸ் ரெக்கார்டு எல்லாமே பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அவங்க சேஃபா இருக்காங்க இல்லையான்றது இது பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க. பட் இன்னும் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா செக் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க. ஸோ இது வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இன்னும் முடியல, ப்ளஸ் இன்னும் தேடித்தான் இருக்காங்க. ஸோ இது வரைக்கும் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 14 மிலிட்டரி ஆர்மிஸ், இந்தியன் ஆர்மி கிட்டத்தட்ட ரிப்பீட்டட் definitely. Sir, hear me? Can you understand, sir?
Yes, Defense Minister. The point of Defense Minister is that as they have already reported to...
Sir, I will one point of view.
Yeah. Please, sir.
2021 அன்னைக்கு இப்போ சொல்றாங்க. ஸோ 2015 இதே மாதிரி தான் ஒரு ஹெலிகாப்டர் ஆக்சிடென்ட் ஆயிக்குது மிலிட்டரிக்கு அப்போ. ஸோ அந்த ஆக்சிடென்ட்லயே கிட்டத்தட்ட வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு மீட்டிங் அட்டெண்ட் பண்ற கேப்ல தான் இது வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா 6 இயர்ஸ்க்கு அப்புறம் தான் இந்த ஆக்சிடென்ட் நடந்திருக்குது. ஓகேவா? ஸோ ஐ ஸ்டார்டிங் 2015. ஓகே அண்ட் ஸ்டார்டிங் 2015. ஸோ இந்த வருஷத்துல வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா அதுல வந்து சேஃபா இருக்காங்க அப்படின்னு நமக்கு தெரிஞ்சிச்சு. ஸோ இந்த வருஷம் வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஸோ வெதர் கண்டிஷன்ஸ் வந்து ரொம்ப கிளைமேட்டா இருக்கிறதுனால தான் ஸோ நம்மளால வந்து எப்படி அந்த கிராஷ் ஸோ அதனாலதான் வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா அந்த சாப்பர் வந்து கிராஷ் ஆகிறதுக்கான ரீசன் அதுதான். ஸோ எல்லா எல்லா எக்யூப்மெண்ட்ஸும் இந்த வருஷம் வந்து கொண்டு வந்திருக்காங்க. ஸோ இதுக்கப்புறம் வந்து எக்யூப்மெண்ட்ஸ் வேணும்னா அதுக்கேற்ற மாதிரி நாங்க செஞ்சு ஏற்பாடு பண்ணி செய்வோம்.
Finished, Defense Minister. முடிஞ்சிச்சா? Yes. Thanks for the note, Honorable Defense Minister, and the note to the people from the opposition that what he is saying that. So they are all, as they have reported in the parliament, that our equipments are actually on par with the other well-developed countries because of the adverse and unpredictable climatic condition causes this accident actually. Because every country is not exempted from the adverse climatic condition, so it has to be considered as this exempted category. That is what the note for the Defense Minister was. Now, please, now opposition can continue.
Good morning, Honorable Leader.
Yeah.
Leader, I want to raise a question on what Honorable Defense Minister said, that the problem happened because of climate condition. But as the investigation, the meteorological department officials, they didn't issue the weather report, official written weather report for the pilot. They raised the weather report for the flight. They have called for satellite images for the day along with the opinions of the weather. So without the investigation, without the copy of the weather report, the pilot gone for the pilot gone. What is the opinion of the ruling party about this?
So your concern is about without getting the weather report, how the pilot taking off. That is what?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now the ruling party is invited to balance this question. So as you gave that is, as you given this your reply and your notes, that if it is really it's a adverse weather condition, then without getting the proper opinion from the meteorological expert, who authorized the pilots to take off the chopper?
So may I?
Yes, Honorable Prime Minister.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Speaker. Thank you, President. And thank you, Opposition MP, for the question. Meteorological Department had given clear weather conditions for the pilot, and pilot had taken off the chopper. But the chopper was going online with a railway line. So it went into a cloud, and then as per the black box investigation, it went into a cloud, and then the visibility was not clear. So only then, after that, the chopper had crashed into between two hills. So am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are audible. You can please.
Yeah. So with the weather but we the meteorological department has given the weather conditions clear, and only then he had taken off. But then we cannot do do anything against the nature. We can just predict whatever is going to happen. But the adverse weather conditions in the hilly region, that is it happened near Ooty. So it is actually a hilly region, and we are unable to still get we cannot go against the nature. So I think the black box investigation has clearly mentioned it.
Finished, Prime Minister?
Yes, sir.
Yes, this is very clear reply to the opposition members, that Prime Minister keeps on asserts that this is about the climatic region, and pilot had also received the clear assessment of the climatic condition, but still the investigation on the black box and the black box report, of partial preliminary investigation of the black box report has been also received. And one more thing I would like to add to the notice to the opposition members, that all investigation report cannot be cannot be furnished in the detail if it is in the matter of the defense. So that if you want to anything to add, you are invited. Opposition members and the opposition leaders also invited to if you ask any supplementary questions now.
Honorable Speaker, can I add point on it?
Yes, please.
As I want to add that they have asked about what are the criteria that they said that only it is of the weather condition without getting meteorological report. And before starting of the wrapper, it is clear that they are using Mi-17 V5 helicopter that is new and state of automation. And the crews are highly qualified and operational condition was well. Everything was clear. And there is no other reason other than whether that the chopper has to crash. And on the first time in India, we are using tri-service investigation for it. And that is led by Air Marshal Manvendra Singh. That is, he is the top helicopter pilot of the country. He is undergoing the investigation. And one more thing I want to add is, it is not only about our national security, it is also about the prestigious of our country in the international politics. Before getting proper concern and proper investigation time, there is a wrong thing that we are condemning the politics of our country. We should give time for the investigation to take place. That is what I want to add.
Yes. It's very good. And the leader of team, that is leader of the opposition and the other opposition party members, you are being blamed that you are politicizing our national integration, the national security in the name of you are trying to load something politically, because investigation is actually under processing. That we need to give time actually, because as of now, based on the preliminary investigation by the experts, and as the Honorable Home Minister stated here, that tri-service investigation is going on. So we need to give time for the further investigation reports. Yes, now the opposition side, do you want to add anything?
Honorable Speaker, can I ask a question?
Yes, honorable member, please.
So we are not blaming, and actually we are asking guarantee for other army members, because it's not just General Bipin Rawat is Muppadai Thalapathy, sir. அவருக்கே அவ்வளோ guarantee இல்லாதப்போ மத்த ஆர்மி மெம்பர்ஸ்க்கு எப்படி guarantee? அதுதான் சார் our question.
இதுல this is not a guarantee, because இதுல எதுவும் plot எதுவும் conspiracy prove ஆனதானே guarantee. இது accidental unexpected climatic problem. இதுல வந்து once if you prove that if something இது வந்து this is all something beyond unnatural, இதெல்லாம் நம்ம ப்ரெடிக்ட் பண்ண முடியாதுன்றதுனாலதான் பிரைம் மினிஸ்டர் அண்ட் ஹோம் மினிஸ்டர் ஆர் சர்ச்சிங் தட் இது எங்க, பிகாஸ் இட்ஸ் பியாண்ட் அவர் ஹேண்ட்ஸ் ஆக்சுவலி. ஸோ ஒன்ஸ் இஃப் எனி அட்டாக் டு தி நேஷனல் செக்யூரிட்டினா யூ கேன் சீக் ஃபார் த கேரண்டி. ஸோ கேரண்டி இஸ் டிஃபரெண்ட் ஃப்ரம் த திங் விச் இஸ் அன்பிரடிக்டபிள் ஆக்சுவலி. ஆக்சிடென்ட்ல எப்படி கேரண்டி கேட்க முடியும் நம்ம?
Okay.
Yes, any other questions on this matter?
Honorable Speaker, I would like to add that from the recent investigation result which came from that, the investigators asked for the weather report, copy of weather report, but they didn't actually they didn't had pilot didn't had the copy of report. I wanted to ask this question.
You want a copy of the report?
Yes, sir. The pilot didn't had the copy of weather report, as meteorological department officials said.
The thing is about, if the matter is about the concern of the defense of India, all things cannot be furnished in the open forum, because it's a matter of that is security, national security. So as Prime Minister and Home Minister insisted, that is as meteorological department provided the clear and the detailed weather report, so he received. So this is what, because once if it is a national security is involved, we can't produce, that is the current government cannot produce all the things in the open forum.
I just wanted to make an observation.
Yes,
as the custodian of the Indian democracy. In this discussion, I find usually we have supplementary questions. I also find there are supplementary answers by the speaker himself. it would be much better if the MPs or the ministers of the ruling party answers. I agree
Okay,
that
sir.
the Prime Minister Speaker is much more knowledgeable. But then, in a consultative democracy, the answer should be given by the members and the ministers.
Speaker is
should
actually
rarely-
trying to balance the debate, sir.
No, you can do it at the end. But then,
Okay, sir,
if you answer that, what happens is they will lose the initiative to think on
Okay,
their own
okay,
line.
sir. Okay, okay. I'll let them do. Okay. Yes, yes. Now, anyway, leader, members of the opposition seeks the detailed report for the weather report. So, what is the reply from the ruling party? Do you have the detailed report which is sought by the opposition members?
So we do have the weather report, sir. Can I, speaker, am I audible?
Yes, yes, Prime Minister. You can.
So we do have the weather report of the that day's weather report, and we will definitely ensure that it is on the after completing the investigation. The investigation is still going on. After completing the investigation, we will definitely produce it in the Parliament.
Yes, now the opposition. So, as Prime Minister quoted that after the proper investigation completed, everything would be furnished. Any more questions on this matter? Then, so I formally declare that the discussion and the debate stands completed in this matter. Now, members and the leaders of the opposition can raise a question on some other problem or some other issues. Please, members of the opposition, leaders of the opposition.
Honorable Speaker.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I have a question for our Prime Minister. So, being most secured person under highly equipped SPG protection, claim of PM security labs in Punjab is political stagecraft. I need a justification from Honorable Prime Minister.
Yes, opposition. Please, Prime Minister or any other member from the ruling party.
So, for the security labs in Punjab, the SPG team has already given prior notice to the Punjab police and the Punjab chief secretary and other officials in the Punjab government about the visit of the PM. The letters from 2nd January to 5th January can be I have presented that to the speaker, and we can say that it is already, everything is already planned. But then the Prime Minister was delayed by 1.5 hours in the airport. He was waiting for around 1 hour to start for Ferozpur public forum, and then he was again waiting waiting on the bridge for around 20 minutes. So it is clear that the Punjab police have involved in this, and it is already given. It is all pre-planned. Pre-planned the visit are all pre-planned. So I think the Punjab government has to come up with the reports, and it is clear from the SPG team, sir.
Yes, now the opposition turn.
What is the intention to change the itinerary of the PM? So first they have planned to in coming in helicopter, but suddenly changed to a road transport. So it's became a headache now.
Can I answer, sir?
Yes, Prime Minister, please.
So the letter on 4th January states that the PM can come either in helicopter or by road. It is the duty of each and every personals to ensure that the route is clear, with the without any obstacles for the PM to go by. Due to the weather conditions, only after half an hour, only after the permission of the additional secretary for for law and order, the SPG had given the permission to start from the airport. So only after the permissions given by the police, the DGP of police, and only then we have all started from the airport. Also, the weather conditions were not suitable for the helicopter to fly. So we had come, the Prime Minister had come via road. This is all. This was a precautionary measure that was informed in the letter that was given on 4th January.
And let me add some more point to the question of the opposition MP, honorable opposition MP. And nobody can direct Prime Minister to regarding the travel plan actually, because it's every the most trained group of the SPG, Special Protection Power, to the Prime Minister. So they will they will always have the risk assessment in their route. So they can change the plan according to their vision. So nobody can direct that, nobody can question that why you will change, why you changed the plan at the last minute. So that Prime Minister reserves, and the Prime Minister protection groups also reserves all the privileges to frame the travel plan. So this is what the additional point.
Yes, sir. And there is an intelligent bureau for the threat protection. Intelligent bureau is assigned to found any threat protection in that route. So why can't they inform to PM that there is a threat while on the road?
Yes. Now the turn of the ruling party. What is your opinion on the IB reports, Intelligence Bureau reports? Have you received any IB reports?
Yes, sir. We have. I'll
Yes,
just
please,
explain a few points from the IB report, but then it is again a defense, security, national security. So the IB had when IB was there, when IB was there on the ground, on the zero ground, they were aware of the dharnas, the protest, the farmer protest, but the IB directly can't go to the people and say you can't protest. It is the responsibility of the state police to to just talk to the protesters and to manage the protesters. It is the responsibility of the state police. So state police had been aware of this problem, the protesters which in the way from airport to the Ferozpur public area, but the state police have not taken any of the measures to for the protesters, against the protesters. The SP of the airport police station have also informed the DGP of the state, and he has also the DGP of the state, and he has not replied. The the SP of the airport police station have given a written letter to the DGP, and he has not replied anything on the protest, any forces against the protesters. So it is the responsibility of the state police, not the responsibility of the IB.
The turn of the opposition.
Good.
Honorable Speaker, I like to ask a question.
Yes, please.
According to reports, Punjab CM have already said that he asked Prime Minister to call off meeting as he is not able to receive Prime Minister because one of his PA have been tested COVID positive, so he will not attend meeting, and he asked Prime Minister to call off meeting. But it's Prime Minister intention to attend meeting. That too, it have involved many circumstances like helicopter, route change, etc., etc. This looks like Prime Minister's plan to create create some distraction and sympathize people for votes. This is not CM have concluded that he asked to call off the meet, but it's Prime Minister intentions. Looks like this is all pre-planned. Sir.
I have a small, maybe I may be interfering, but that may be the additional point. If it is an intention of the political sympathizing, then what is the role of Supreme Court here? Supreme Court has constituted the panel for the investigation, detailed investigation of the security lapse in Punjab's question. If as you place this question of sympathizing, Prime Minister is sympathizing because Prime Minister is the topmost profile in the democratic country. So if he creates a sympathize the plot, then what is the role of Supreme Court here? The honorable member of the opposition or the leader of the opposition.
So anyways, the news came as security lapse.
Yeah, security lapse.
So hence Supreme Court should answer like that.
So
hence, even they
anyway,
need
the
to
question now the question of security lapse, whatever may be, sympathy, whatever it is, it's a duty of all the citizens to secure our Prime Minister.
Yes,
am I right? Yeah, that
yes,
maybe
sir.
your question is accepted. And so now I invite anyone from the ruling party, including the Prime Minister. So you need to prove that you are not sympathizing. Ruling party now. Yes, ruling party. Anyone from the ruling party or?
Honorable Speaker, can I add a point on it?
Yes, you can add point.
Actually, we are it is the responsibility of the Prime Minister. The way that they are going is not only for a specific purpose. There is some other purposes. Every purpose cannot be officially telecasted in medias and in public forum. There may be certain personal and defense reasons. So all the reasons cannot be openly set before everybody. So what I'm thinking is that the opposition party, they are covering their mistakes by blaming everything to the Prime Minister. There should be some responsibility that they has to take. They are not taking any responsibility towards what has happened, and the Prime Minister is standing near the border of Punjab, and it is shortest distance from the Ferozepur. There may be high chance for any sniper attack or drone attack. They have not took any responsibility of it. They started blaming from the Prime Minister. What steps they have taken to overcome it instead of blaming?
Yes, very valid question. That if you say that he is creating wave in the Punjab, then it is a very high risk job that Prime Minister was standing in the very near to the artillery range of our neighbor country. So how can I say that he's creating sympathetic wave?
And one more thing I want to add,
yes,
Honorable Speaker. And one more thing, there may be many historical evidences in our country that our prime ministers, our two prime ministers, Rajiv Gandhi, Indira Gandhi, and even father of our nation was assassinated only of the security lapse. Even after such a circumstances, how the state government doesn't take any responsibility of it, and it is pre-decided alternate route. And I'm saying that it is not only for the question of his personal security, it is also a question of the national security and lives of every citizen. If the state government cannot take the responsibility of the Prime Minister's life, how will they take responsibility of citizen of their state? I just want their confirmation and declaration on it.
Yeah, good. As the notes for the Honorable Home Minister, the two ex-Prime Ministers were assassinated, brutally assassinated, and especially and previously also, the Punjab question caused the death of Indira Gandhi. That is why the question has become a sensational now. Now the leader of opposition or opposition members. Yes, opposition members, do you want to raise anything, or may I close this discussion with this point? Because we have some other points to discuss. We have many things to discuss now.
No questions from our side, sir.
Okay. Then I formally declare that the debate on the security lapses in the recent Prime Minister visit to the Punjab stands closed. Now I invite opposition group to place any other issue.
Honorable Speaker, I would like to
Yes.
raise a question on Corona and Omicron surge. Why Kerala and Maharashtra are always most affected states in both Corona and Omicron waves? What are the precautionary measures taken by government from previous COVID waves?
Yes, please. Now the ruling party. Shown as the ruling party. Why two particular states are always being highlighted and always being at the peak point, as well as the COVID-19, as well as the Omicron?
A warm good morning to the President, Prime Minister.
Yes, you're welcome.
And the ministers.
Yes, Honorable Health Minister.
As the proverb says, health is wealth. We are working on the people's health as the nation's wealth. The Ministry of Health is aim is that the persons and the citizens of the India should be healthier. As they asked, Kerala and Maharashtra was mostly affected by COVID and Omicron. Maharashtra is a densely populated state which has 6 divisions and 36 districts. And also, it is the second populous state in India, as well as Kerala, the 13th populous state in India, which has 14 districts with high resources and everything. The foreigners who come to visit India, as it is a tourism spot, in most of the places, especially in Maharashtra and Kerala, where the tourism is well developed due to the presence of the Ministry of Health. Because இந்தியாவை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் சுகாதாரத்துறையில இந்தியா மேலோக்கி இருக்கிறனாலதான் இந்த டூரிசம் ஸ்பாட்ஸ், அதாவது ஃபாரினர்ஸ் நம்பி இங்க வர்றாங்க. அதுக்கு காரணமாக இருக்கிறது சுகாதாரத்துறை தான். சுகாதாரத்துறை சுத்தமாக இருக்கிறனாலதான் ஃபாரினர்ஸ் வர்றாங்க. இதனால கூட கொரோனா இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆகுது. அது மட்டும் இல்லாம இந்த ஃபாரினர்ஸ் இங்க வந்துட்டு குவாரண்டைன் மெயின்டைன் பண்ணாம, அப்புறமா 14 days குவாரண்டைன், அது 7 days ரெடியூஸ் ஆகுது. ஆனா இது கூட அந்த ப்ராப்பர் இது பண்ணாம தான் இதனால கொரோனா கூடுது. அது மட்டும் இல்லாம இது வந்துட்டு ரொம்பவே டென்ஸ்லி பாப்புலேட்டடான ஏரியாஸ். இந்த 2 ஏரியாவுமே டென்ஸ்லி பாப்புலேட்டட் ஏரியாஸ். ஆனா வந்துட்டு கொஞ்சம் ஸ்பேஸ் தான் இருக்குது. அதுல ஃபுல்லா நம்ம வந்துட்டு கர்ஃபியூஸும் கொடுக்க முடியாது. ஏன்னா இது வந்துட்டு மகாராஷ்டிரா வந்து ஹைலி பாப்புலேட்டட் ஸ்டேட், அஸ் வெல் அஸ் ஒரு எக்கனாமிக் ஜிடிபிக்கு ரொம்பவே கூடுதல் கொடுக்குற ஒரு ஸ்டேட்டா கூட மகாராஷ்டிரா இருக்குது. அதனால நாங்க வந்துட்டு நிறைய மெஷர்ஸ் எடுத்துட்டு வரோம். நோய் நாடி நோய் முதல் நாடி அது தணிக்கும் நோய் வாய் நாடி வாய்ப்பச்சொல். அன்னைக்கே திருவள்ளுவர் சொன்னாரு, டெஸ்ட் டிசீஸ் இட்ஸ் காஸ் அண்ட் கியூர் அண்ட் அப்ளை ரெமெடி தட் இஸ் ஷுவர் அப்படின்னு அன்னைக்கே சொல்லியிருந்தாரு. அதுக்கேற்றபடி நம்மளோட ஹானரபிள் பிரைம் மினிஸ்டர் 2014 அப்போசிஷன் பார்ட்டிக்கு தெரியும்னு நினைக்கிறேன், ஸ்வச் பாரத் மிஷன் தொடங்கி இருந்தாங்க. இது இந்த கொரோனாக்கு முன்னாடி, கொரோனா வந்தது 2019 COVID-19. But before that itself, our honorable Prime Minister has started Swachh Bharat mission in order to clean India, clean nation. அது போல நாங்க வேக்சின்ஸ் எந்த நாடுமே பண்ணாத அளவுக்கு வேக்சினேஷன்ல நாங்க பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கிறோம். அது மட்டும் இல்லாம 1 டேல 2.5 பில்லியன் கிட்ட இது பண்ணிருக்காங்க. ஒவ்வொரு வேக்சினேஷன்ஸ் இது பண்ணிருக்காங்க. வேக்சினேஷன்ஸ் ஒவ்வொரு இடத்துல போட்டிருக்காங்க. அது மட்டும் இல்லாம ஸ்கூல் காலேஜ் above 18 years 14 to அந்த இயர்ஸ்க்கும் நாங்க கொண்டு வந்திருக்கோம், வேக்சினேஷன்ஸ் கொண்டு வந்திருக்கோம். இது எல்லாமே ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸோட வெல்ஃபேருக்காகவும் அப்புறமா சிட்டிசன்ஸோட வெல்ஃபேருக்காகவும் நாங்க பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம். ஹெல்த் மினிஸ்ட்ரி இன் அக்கார்டன்ஸ் வித் த பிரைம் மினிஸ்டர். அப்புறமா வேக்சினேஷன்ஸ் ஒவ்வொரு இது கோவிட், கோவேக்சின், கோவிஷீல்டு, ஸ்புட்னிக் அப்புறமா ஒவ்வொரு வேக்சின்ஸும் நாங்க தயாரிச்சுட்டு வர்றோம். ஆயுஷ்மான் பாரத் which was started on 23rd September 2018. அதுபடி 24 மெடிக்கல் காலேஜஸ் அது பிளான் பண்ணியிருந்தோம். அதுல போன January 12 11 மெடிக்கல் காலேஜஸ் தமிழ்நாட்டுல ஓபன் ஆச்சுது. இது எல்லாமே நாங்க பண்றது ஹெல்த்துக்காக தான். ஹெல்த்துக்காக மருத்துவமனைகள்லாம் திறந்திருக்கோம். அப்புறமா அவேர்னஸ் கேம்ப் ஓபன் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். விவேகானந்தர் அன்னைக்கே சொன்னாரு, 100 இளைஞர்கள் தாருங்கள் இந்த நாட்டையே மாற்றி காட்டுகிறேன்னு. அது போல நிறைய ஒரு இளைஞர்கள் சக்தி வாய்ந்த நாடு தான் நம்மளோட இந்தியா நாடு. அந்த இந்திய நாட்டுல இளைஞர்களுக்கும் அதோட அவேர்னஸ் கொடுத்து ஒவ்வொரு இளைஞர்களும் இப்ப போட்டுட்டு வர்றாங்க. சோசியல் மீடியாஸ்லயும் பார்த்தாலும் உங்களுக்கு தெரியும், ஒவ்வொரு இதுவும் போட்டு வராங்க. அது போல வீட்டுல இருந்தே இருந்தபடியே வீட்டு வசதிக்காக வீட்டுல இருந்தே கொரோனா பேஷண்ட்ஸோ இல்ல யாரும் எந்த கேம்ப்ஸோ இல்ல எது அட்டன் பண்ணும் அப்படின்னாலும் www.cowin.government.in அதுபடி ஹெல்த் மினிஸ்ட்ரி இது பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம். இதுல இருந்து 72 கொஸ்டின்ஸ் இருக்கு. 72 கொஸ்டின்ஸ் யார் யாருக்கு என்னென்ன கொஸ்டின்ஸ் தேவையோ அந்த கொஸ்டின்ஸ் எல்லாமே அதுல அப்லோட் பண்ணிருக்கு. இண்டிவிஜுவல் பர்சன் கேன், ஏன்னா இப்போ எல்லாமே டிஜிட்டலைஸ் ஆனனால இது ஆன்லைன்ல எல்லா அந்த வெப் போர்ட்டல் எல்லாத்துலயும் இருக்குது, கிளியரா எல்லாமே கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. அதனால இந்த ப்ரிகாஷன் மெஷர்ஸ் எல்லாம் எடுத்துட்டு வர்றோம். அது மட்டும் இல்லாம இப்போ வந்துட்டு இது வந்து ஹைலி ஜிடிபி கொடுக்கறதுனாலயும் அப்புறமா எக்கனாமிலையும் ஹை லெவலா இருக்கிறனால ஃபுல் லாக்டவுன்ஸ் போட்டா அது ஆல்ரெடி நம்ம எல்லாத்துக்குமே தெரியும் இன்ஃபிளேஷன் எவ்வளவு போயிருக்கும் அப்படின்னு லாக்டவுன்ல. அதனால நாங்க வந்துட்டு நைட் 11 to காலையில 5 o'clock வரை நாங்க லாக்டவுன் போட்டிருக்கோம். அது மட்டும் இல்லாம ஜிம்ஸ், ஸ்பா, பியூட்டி பார்லர், இது ஸ்விம்மிங் பூல் இது எல்லாமே ஓபன் பண்ணக்கூடாது அப்படி சொல்லியிருக்கோம். அது மட்டும் இல்லாம 50% மக்கள் இணைந்து பண்ணலாம் எந்த ஒரு விஷயத்திலையும் அப்படின்னு கொடுத்துருக்கோம். யாகாவா ராயினும் நாகாக்கா காவாக்கா சொல்லிக்கப்பட்ட அந்த திருவள்ளுவர் போல அது வார்த்தைக்கு மட்டும் அல்ல, உணவுக்கும். தேங்க்யூ ஸ்பீக்கர்.
Thanks for the detailed report placed by the Honorable Health Minister. Now he has described all things from the achievement of the ruling party, and the reason placed by the Honorable the Health Minister, that the reason also placed that why Kerala and Maharashtra were always at the peak. Now the opposition.
Sir, I have a question, sir. Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Honorable opposition.
They are saying they are more concerned about public health. I don't think so, because they are more concerned about economy. They are not much concerned about public health. If they have concern about public health, we have reports that Omicron was started in November mid in South Africa. South Africa and WHO has warned every countries that Omicron starts its third wave. Please ensure everything. They have warned every countries. India was full. India didn't cancel any international flights. They didn't check. They didn't quarantine. They didn't do much of any rules. If they have done already all these things, if they have precautionally made all these things, international passengers la அப்போவே இல்ல flights லாம் cancel பண்ணியிருந்தா இன்னைக்கு இப்படி ஒரு third wave வந்திருக்காது sir. Today it would have not impact much on these things. They were not much concerned, and health minister said that hospitals public concern நிறைய இருக்கு, public health concern நிறைய இருக்கு, government hospitals நிறைய, government medical colleges, everything is being implemented in every states. Okay, but I don't think government hospital has much facilities today. Public health concern இருந்தா இன்னைக்கு government hospitals would have not been more ugly. So that's what, because இன்னைக்கு ஒரு எம்பிக்கே வந்து காய்ச்சல் வந்துச்சுன்னா கூட கவர்மெண்ட் ஹாஸ்பிட்டல் போக மாட்டாங்க சார். அப்படி இருக்கு. கவர்மெண்ட் ஹாஸ்பிட்டல்ஸே நல்லா இருந்ததுன்னா why don't
would like to add one point, the honorable opposition leader, that the evolution of the government health sector, especially the government health sector, is the Most of the time it was under the previous government, not the current government. Almost 60 years, the development of Indian nation is 60 years done by the previous government. Current government has ruled the country only 3 times. But what about the previous government? If you say that the government hospital and the government health institutions are not on par with the level of the foreign countries, or even MPs are also can't be treated in the government institution, what is the role of the previous government?
The current government means BJP, right, sir?
Yeah, of course. The previous government is a Congress.
It's been 8 years, right, sir? Why don't they change all these things?
Previous government was almost 50 to 60 years. What was the responsibility of the previous government? That also has been discussed in the parliament. Yeah, please, you can continue. I'm just adding the point. You can continue.
That's what my concern, sir.
Yes,
Why they
yes,
didn't
now the ruling party.
many
Yeah,
precautions.
now the ruling party is...
Can I add the points?
Yes, Home Minister, please start.
As the opposition leader and other opposition member asked the question, I want to answer one by one.
Yeah.
And first, I want to answer the question of previous minister asked. They asked why what happened in Kerala and Maharashtra. As our health minister declared that it is of high population density. Of course, again, it has large point of mobility. In Kerala, according to the census of 2011, per square kilometer, 859 people are occupying. And according to the forest survey report, almost 53% of Kerala is covered with forest cover, so that the population density is much more increasing. And in order to overcome that, in Kerala and Maharashtra, our government has adopted 5-fold strategy. We are targetedly testing in containment zone and genome surveillances. Again, what all the 5-fold strategy was, we have randomly increased the number of COVID tests, and we have effectively isolated the people who got COVID affected, and we are also efficiently contact tracing. We are tracing the person who are all with the contacts with that COVID positive patient. Other thing is, we have randomly improved the health infrastructure, and to avoid COVID for doctors and nurses, we have also improved the health care of the staffs. And again, we are ensuring proper COVID-19 instructions in the crowded places, and vaccination is also taking place. As generally the opposition leader asked, if we are concentrating only on the economy is completely spent on the health of the people. We are not spending for development of the country at that point of time. At that point of time also, government is spending the total overall economy in the development and health of the people, not disregards. Most of the money is spent on the COVID vaccines. Still, the problem is there may be some challenges in it, because initial point of time people are hesitant in vaccinating. There are false rumors and forward messages saying that there are health impacts of vaccines. So the people who are hesitating to put the vacancies, government can insist them, but we cannot forcefully vaccinate people. So it is also a collective responsibility of a people to take responsibility of it. And again, issue is that vaccine wastage. In a box, there contains 10 vaccines, and once it is opened, we have to put every vaccine within 4 hours. If in a rural area, when 4 people are volunteered to vaccinating, we cannot wait until 10 people come and we cannot vaccinate you. At that point of time, government is taking a decision that we have to vaccinate 4 people, and remaining 6 vaccines are wasted. We are tackling all that thing. And one more thing, opposition leader asked about the international flights, and it is the prior responsibility of a country that our citizens have struck in other country. If one of your family members stuck in other house, and if every family member got COVID, will you tell that get out, that your family member just get out of your house? Like that only they are saying. Our citizens stuck in other country. How will you say that get out your house, your neighboring house is COVID positive? So we are welcoming our citizens. It's our government's responsibility to take care of our citizens. So we are working on it.
It's like a rescue operation.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I have a
Yeah.
question, sir. So they are
Yes,
saying
of course.
that they are welcoming other citizens, right?
Hmm.
Today, every international flights are cancelled. What about that?
Yes, Home Minister. Very outright question shot by the opposition leader that if you say that you are actually rescuing your citizens, then you have cancelled every flight on the current situation. It's really contrary. Your decision is really contrary. What do you want to ask now?
In the initial stage, it was very harmful, and everybody is really panicking on the situation, and every country is expelling all the citizens. Now the situation is not like that. Other countries is not expelling others.
Oh,
In the
great. Now the
initial
situation
stage,
is under control.
yeah, everybody is getting awareness, everybody is vaccinated, and no other country is panicking. In initial stage of 2019, when COVID came for the first time, the China government and the other government are immediately expelling all the students and working people. Now the situation differs, and the opinions and our decision also differs.
Good. Yeah, very clear reply given by the Honorable Home Minister that when the Omicron surge was started, that every country started panicking and the fear of a new variant of the COVID-19. So they started expelling all the alien people so that India started accommodating our own citizens. Now there is no need of fear and panicking of the Omicron because another variant of the COVID. So now to content the situation that India has cancelled all the international flights. Thanks for the notes of the Home Minister and the leader of the opposition notes. Very good. The heated argument that makes so many insight to the Parliament members and other spectators. Yes. Any more questions from the opposition leader on the same topic?
So I would like to add one question.
Yes, please.
They said that as our Honorable Home Minister added a point that the peoples are traveling. They after having their RT-PCR report after 72 hours. But what if uh, 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 a child who is below 14 years, they are not being vaccinated yet? What if they have a report of RT-PCR of 72 hours, but after during their traveling phase, they have COVID? Then what can be done? Because states are not quarantining anyone now.
So the concern is about all the children.
Yes, sir. What about them?
Yes. Now the turn of the ruling party. So you are completely please ruling party start.
Yeah, sir, it is the responsibility. We have given a clear guidelines for the international travelers, that is the Indian citizens who are coming into any state, majorly to Mumbai, Chennai, and the metro cities, actually Delhi. We have given a clear guideline that they have to take 72 hours of RT-PCR test, and they have to get quarantined themselves. They have to do
But the
that.
question is about the children are not taking RT-PCR.
Children should take RT-PCR, but they cannot be vaccinated immediately now.
Very good. Yes.
So once they come into India, they if they are being quarantined, actually their family has to be quarantined completely. The state government has to take the responsibility of looking into the quarantine areas of the international travelers, so that the affected will not the spread is not very large.
Good. Yes. The clear notes from the Prime Minister. That's
Honorable Speaker.
Yes.
I want
please.
to add one point.
Yeah, please add.
As COVID is not a disease that is coming today, it has been in for almost 2 years. So everybody get the awareness of that COVID. So it is not only center's responsibility; it is a collective responsibility of state and citizen of our country. If a child is not vaccinated, it is also a collective responsibility for the family members.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Instead, the responsibility of citizens, they should self take responsibility of it. It is a point I want to add.
Yeah. Very good, Home Minister. So anyway, as Prime Minister stated that although or in spite of not taking vaccination immediately, they are being watched very closely, that those who are travel across the country and beyond the border also. Any points from the opposition group?
Honorable Speaker, I have a question.
Yes, please.
சார், இப்போ இந்த ஸ்டேட்டுக்கு நடுவில் இப்போ டிராவல் பண்ற லாரி டிரைவர்ஸா இருக்கட்டும், இல்ல டெய்லியும் ஒர்க் பண்றவங்களா இருக்கட்டும், அப்போ அவங்களுக்குலாம் ஆர்டிபிசிஆர் டெஸ்ட் வந்து 72 ஹார்ஸ் தான் நமக்கு வேலிடேஷன் இருக்கும். ஸோ அதை அப்போ வந்து நம்ம இப்போ டெஸ்ட் வந்து இப்போ ரொம்ப காஸ்ட்லியா இருக்கு. கவர்மெண்ட் ஹாஸ்பிட்டல்ஸ் போனா அங்க அந்த ஆர்டிபிசிஆர் டெஸ்ட் ஒன்னா வரும், இல்லைன்னா வராது. அந்த மாதிரி நிலைமை இருக்கும்போது இப்போ ஸ்டேட் டு ஸ்டேட் டிராவல் பண்றதே இப்போ கஷ்டமா இருக்கு.
So your question is about concerns of the migrant workers and the people those who are working in a trans-border states.
Yes, sir.
Yes, please. What is the necessary action taken to take care of the workers there or any other laborers are working in the trans-border states, in the nature of the trans-border criteria, or the migrant workers?
Honorable Speaker,
especially the transport sector. Yes.
Still, there is a thing that in the government hospital nowadays tests are conducted, and within 24 hours or within 48 hours of duration, the results are out. If it is not such a way, they can complain to the respected states, governments, or to the local municipal and local health sector ministers. There is a chance that I think the issue has almost solved. For if you give a test, the result you will get a message, and within particular duration of time, the test is out. Only the thing is, for positive patients, they are sending the reply. For negative patients, they are not sending. That is a thing. So it is, and the government is saying that everyone should get vaccinated and maintain
and not sorry for the interruption, Home Minister. The leader, that is the honorable opposition members' concern is about, especially for the transport sector workers, if they start travel towards the other state, it will cross the 2 to 3 days. But the maximum that is duration, the maximum value of the RT-PCR test is 72 hours. If he travels beyond the 72 hours, how can he produce the RT-PCR test?
So for that, we can take a precautionary step. We can get vaccinated. There are many precautionary steps. We can maintain social distancing. We can wear masks. There are many
so
other
saying that instead of producing RT-PCR, you can produce a vaccination certificate.
If it is not possible, yes, and if they gave for a test, and if it is not when they travel, at that point when they didn't get the result, they can produce the vaccination certificate.
Of course, yes. Now the turn of the opposition. Also, so if you are unable to produce any RT-PCR,
I want to add one point. Also, we have created awareness on downloading the Arogya Setu app, which is again
excellent. Yes,
very easily available. You can just test the you can just test the if you have any immediate cold or cough, something like that, so that you can test immediately with the questionnaires given in the Arogya Setu app. And it is required that the transport workers, with the advent of technology, everyone has a touch screen mobile nowadays. So with this app, they can travel anywhere, and even in airports, we ask for the Arogya Setu app to be downloaded and checked.
Yes. So from the notes of the Prime Minister, that distance is not the problem these days, because in the technological advancement of India, that everyone is being connected. So borders is not the matter, beyond the borders is not the matter, travel across the border is not the matter. Actually, you are being connected, you are being closely monitored, and you are always being safe, and that is government will take care of all this fear. These were the notes of the Prime Minister and the Home Minister. And any other notes or any other concerns from the leader of the opposition or other members, please?
So I would like to add that whenever this wave comes, then the students have to suffer. Like a huge amount of students are being COVID positive every time. So what comment can a ruling party can give for
Yes,
this?
the question is for the ruling party. What is an exclusive action taken by the ruling party for the students community? They are the most vulnerable section of the people in this COVID pandemic wave.
Honorable Speaker,
Yeah, please.
I would like to add a point.
Yeah, please.
We have created much awareness to the students, and we have arranged camps in the school campus as well as college campus in order to provide them vaccination, and regarding the awareness we have given to the students as well as the college students.
Yes, awareness have been created to all the students community, more or less. Most of the educational institutions are closed temporarily. This is what the action taken to avoid the gathering of the students, to avoid the to avoid gathering and grouping of the people. All the education institutions are temporarily closed down, and the online classes are being taken. This is what the note from the that is cabinet, honorable cabinet home.
Honorable Speaker, I would like to add that if that's the point, then why still, like, Karnataka government, VTU, which colleges which come under VTU, they're still planning to take classes offline, and they're calling the students. Then what can be the answer for this?
Yes, now the turn of the ruling party. That's on what basis you are planning to resume the offline classes. Still, the Omicron is not contented, but you are planning to resume the online offline classes again. What basis? What grounds make you to take this decision?
Honorable Speaker,
Yeah, please.
for the past 2.5 years, we are suffering from COVID-19 and the variant Omicron. We are controlling. As nature is unpredictable, uncertain, we are controlling. We are making many measures, curbs, and rules to control this virus. And we have taken steps also.
The honorable health minister, the question is about, so what make you to resume offline classes again? Still the Omicron surge is at the peak. Then what make you to, on what basis you are taking the decision of resuming offline classes again for the student community? Why don't you continue the online classes? Why do you want to conduct the offline classes again? This is the question from the honorable opposition member.
Honorable Speaker.
Yeah, please. Home Minister.
Regarding the question of opposition party, I want to add one thing that regarding the statement of health minister, the COVID is for the past 2.5 years, and the past 2.5 years students have been studying in online only, so they'll get mostly distracted, and we are according to the statistics level, we are predicting that the knowledge of student is drastically reduced, and while using smartphones their health is also affected, and the power of eyes is much more affected. In consideration with the health criteria of the children, and in order to make them effective attending of the schools, we are resuming offline classes, but only on certain criteria. The areas where the COVID is very low, and once if a student is affected by COVID, then we gave instruction to close the schools again. And one more thing, it is based on alternate day basis. That is, only 50% students are allowed to sit in a classes with even social distancing. This is on regards with the development of education of the children. In online classes, most of the children are not very bright. Even the topper students are getting low marks in the online classes. In consideration with their educational system, we have taken this decision.
Then the honorable home minister, can you ensure that health is not being compromised for the sake of studies?
No, sir. We have not compromised health for this.
Very
studies.
good. So you are ensuring that you are not
we are
compromising
ensuring that
without
we are
compromise. Yes,
yeah.
yes, yes. Now the turn of the opposition.
sir, adding one more point with
please.
with what Home Minister said, we are not
Yeah, please.
asking all the students to come for the online classes. We are just concerned about the class 10 and class 12 students who are really in need of good education, because they are going to rule the next. They are going to be the next rulers of our country. So we are very concerned about the education that is given to class 10 and class 12 students. We can't go on giving all pass, or we can't go on giving the online exams for the 10th and 12th class students, because now with the advent of again the technology, we have a very good technology. Even a question can be easily searched in the Google and just copied and pasted. The answers can be copied from the Google. So we don't want the education to be the education of the class 10 and class 12 to be very low. That is why we are asking only class 10 and class 12 students to come. And also we have vaccination drives in the campus, in the school campus, so that they can get vaccinated and they can attend the classes.
Good.
Honorable
So
Speaker, I
yes,
want to
yes,
add one more
Home
point.
Minister. Yeah.
As the Prime Minister said, the one more thing is there are still rural area and poor people who cannot afford to buy a smartphones. For that criteria, only certain schools are open with consultation for the teachers. They are coming to school so that they can get educated. Still, there are people cannot afford a smartphone. For the children, we have to consider of the offline classes.
Yeah. Then it's found that there is a very good coordination between the members of the ruling party. So at the same time, the members of the opposition party also creating the equal toughness to the ruling party. Now it's very interesting session. Yes, opposition now. Opposition group.
So I would like to raise up one more question regarding business.
Yeah, please.
Regarding business people. We can see in this COVID situation, many business shut down, many business people gone through many problems. Then what all supports are being given by the government to them?
Yeah, now the question is about the business sector, especially the industries and some other business also. What are all the precautionary measures as well as the curative measures were taken by the ruling party? Please.
Honorable Speaker.
Yeah, please.
For that only, there are many works which can be done through online, that is work from home. And for the precautionary measures only, we have launched many apps, and we have opened a portal www.covin.government.in for those who are affected also can, those who cannot come out can apply in that, can benefit from that.
Yeah. So the precautionary measures are, so that is people are allowed to working from the home also. So some other many more the applications have launched for the precautionary as well as security measures also. Anything from the opposition side now?
So but what about them whose work can't be done online, who have suffered a lot? What government did for them, like what support government gave to the business parties who can't do their work online? They have to be offline over there, like they have to present over there for their business.
Yes, now the ruling.
Honorable Speaker.
So even if the people are struggling in the online or the work from home, what is your response?
Honorable Speaker.
Yeah, please.
For 2.5 years, the classes for 2 years, almost 2 years, the classes were online, and the government teachers were provided with government salaries only. And though it was online, the teachers were getting their regular salaries. The teachers and the government workers get their regular salaries.
So can I add some points?
Yes.
So we have sanctioned 1.5 lakh crore for emergency credit line guarantee scheme, and we are also providing monetary help for the microfinance institutions, the industries, MSME industries, under the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana. And we have also given the PM Kisan Yojana. With the PM Kisan Yojana, we have also given monetary helps to the farmers of this country. And also with the schemes, we are not doing only for the government staffs, not only for the government staffs, but also for the private institutions and private staffs. We are also giving monetary help for them. Yeah.
Honorable Speaker,
Good,
can I
Supriya.
add
Yes.
a point?
Yes, add a point. And this particular topic is we are providing so many points. So I request you to the Home Minister, please shorten your point.
As opposition party asked about the business criteria, there are also government taken steps like we can they are paying, if they are paying EMI for building our car, whatever may be, the EMI can be postponed and cannot. There is no need to pay EMI for the peak duration of initial 6 months. Almost it was extended to 8 months. There is no need to pay EMI for that critical situation. And government for the poor workers, government is also providing subsidies, and food grains were given in the fair price shops, and even in some states amount is also given for those workers. So it is also the part of government thing to done with it. That's it.
Yeah, that's fine. So I formally declare that this discussion on the COVID surge and the Omicron surge stands closed. Now, I invite leader of the opposition and other honorable members of the opposition. Please take concern on the remaining topics, please.
Honorable Speaker.
Yeah, please.
I would like to ask a question about the current government enacted an act, 10% reservation for economically weaker section in all India quota for education and government jobs. There are many questions regarding this because already the Supreme Court told in the judgment of the Indra Sawhney case that the reservation gap of 50% cannot beyond the 50% of the reservation gap. So what is the need for the 10% reservation gap for a economically weaker section, and how the economically weaker section are discovered?
Yeah, very critical question placed by the honorable opposition leader Adityan. That is, although in spite of the ceiling given by the Supreme Court on the Indra Sawhney Union of India, what is the necessary of the another additional 10% reservation, please?
Honorable Speaker, in present situation, economically weaker section of society or the people who are largely excluded for generations because of their caste criteria. They are denied of education. That means they cannot compete with economically sound as well as educationally sound. There are certain caste of people, that means certain society of people who are economically weak. We are considering those peoples, and they are remaining largely excluded from attending the higher educational institution as well as the public employment because of their financial incapability. If they are financially sound, they can go for private institutions. If they are educationally sound, they can compete with open category. They are weak in both the sections of the society. So we have to consider in both the point of time. According to National Sample Survey, it was given that in the open category people, there are still large number of people living in poverty that is more than that, that is equal to half of SC, ST and other OBC peoples. And according to National Health and NHFS survey, National Family and Health Survey, according to Mint analysis, there are large number of poor section of people in our country, that too in all the castes, just because in the name of caste or community reservation, we cannot say that these peoples are wealthier and these people are poorer. We cannot segregate in that way. So in order to overcome the situations, we are giving 10% to the economically weaker section only.
But let me have a small concern, the Honorable Home Minister, by exceeding the cap of the 50% given by the Honorable Supreme Court, are you establishing the doctrine of inequality? Because you are actually reducing the spectrum of the meritorious students by giving the additional 10%.
It is not about the equality. We are concerning the people who are suffering rather than considering equality. It is our point, because
okay, then you are also at the point of establishing the equality.
We are planning to execute DPSP policy.
Oh, great. Yes. So with the vision of the directive principles of the state policy, the current ruling government wants to establish the additional 10%. Yes. Any concern from the opposition party?
Honorable
Sir, I have a doubt,
Speaker.
sir.
One by one. Now the turn of the Honorable Member Adityan.
Honorable Speaker, my question is how the economically weaker section people are how they discovered, in which criteria?
So how the ruling party identifies the beneficiary
Yes.
of the economic weaker section?
Honorable Speaker, we are fixing an economical cap for the economically weaker section society. We are fixing a cap of 8 lakh rupees, which is a gross family income.
Yeah, there are some other factors also. The ruling party. Just a minute, Home Minister, because it's all, these points are very clear in the public forum that you need not insist in the forum as well, because we have some more questions to discuss. So I would like to give a notice to the leader of the that is opposition member Adityan, that this is all very clear from the previous implementation, that 8 lakhs of the income cap and some of the former farming land and non-farming land, it's all very clear from the GO of the government at the time of the government implementing the OBC, that is economic weaker section, with the additional 27 of another 10% of the weaker section. So now it was already been discussed in the public forum that what is the economic criteria. So it's clear, 8 lakhs with some other additional income or some other farmland or non-farmland or the housing land. So do you want anything to ask to the people, that is ruling people?
Sir, Honorable Speaker.
Yes.
The OBC and SC/ST quotas are basically economically weaker sections are the அந்த கிரைட்டீரியாக்குள்ள வரவங்க வந்துட்டு எப்படியும் அந்த OBC SC/ST கோட்டா வந்து எக்ஸ்க்ளூட் ஆயிடுவாங்க. பிகாஸ் வந்துட்டு OBC and SC/ST பீப்புள்ஸ் லைக் டு எக்கனாமிக் வீக்கர் செக்ஷன்ஸ் OBC SC/ST கோட்டால இருந்து எக்ஸ்க்ளூட் ஆயிடுவாங்க. ஸோ தே ஆர் வந்து சோஷியலி தே ஆர்
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. Socially, they are high class people.
Socially, they are high class people. Okay, then
because they are OBC, because they are excluded from the OBC and SC/ST data. So the high caste people how pass the test of the backward classes, because the scheme of the reservation is for backward classes or participate in the national building program. So how the upper caste people pass the backwardness?
How the upper caste people pass the backwardness? Actually, as the notes of the Home Minister and the Prime Minister, this EWS reservation is for economically weaker section in all the community, not only for the upper caste. Actually, this is open to the everyone, but at the same time, you cannot enjoy one more reservation. As per the GO of the current government is that those who are not avail any other reservation, they can enjoy EWS if they are actually comes under the prescribed slab of the economic criteria. So it's open to everyone, not only for the upper caste. It's like it's a myth on the EWS reservation. Once, if anyone not availed for any other caste-based reservation, at the same time, if they are economically weak, they are also available for the 10% reservation, although they belong to the any other caste. So this is not caste restricted. This is income restricted. So it would be applied for all the community people. You got?
Yes, sir. Sir,
Yes,
I would
any
like to
questions?
add
Because this has
another
been
question.
discussed many times. That is why I'm just making the discussion faster.
Yes, sir. I have another question.
Yeah.
Another question regarding this. In our fundamental rights, equality of opportunity in public employment and public employment are not discriminate in the ground of only religion, race, and caste, sex, and descent of place of birth. So there is no criteria for the economic weakers or economic
Yeah, very
backward
good
classes in our fundamental rights. So how the ruling party can implement the criteria for the reservation?
Ruling party simply amended Article 15 by 103rd Constitution
Yes,
Amendment.
sir. Yes,
Very
sir.
simply.
My question.
They are enjoying the majority, so they have amended the Constitution. Yes, now the ruling party.
As per the principle of DPSP of Article 46, states shall promote special care for education and economic interest of weaker section of people. So in that criteria, we are aiming to promote the employment opportunity of, that means we are planning for the giving fair chance for receiving education and employment participation of a people who did not receive any of the, who have been denied an opportunity. We are planning for the development of a country. Instead of blindly following all the fundamental rights, we have to give a proper time for the implementation of DPSP, so that our overall the country's development will get increased. And there is also certain advantages of this reservation, because our meritocracy will get drastically increased. And after these reservations, many of the girls or educating. According to the literacy ratio, almost 45% of girls are enrolling in the school after such a reservation policies. So we are implementing the DPSP policy.
Yes. So for the intention of implementing the DPSC policy, they have amended the Constitution for the good intention, and the additional 10% have been implemented. This is what the notes from the Honorable Home Minister. Now the opposition.
Sir, I have another one question.
Yeah.
Regarding this, the economically weaker section conditions are changing dynamically because anyone can become rich, anyone can breach the criteria dynamically. It's changing on how the government monitor the data, and what is the answer for this? How they?
Yeah, please. Ruling party.
Honorable Speaker, for
How
that
the
reason
dynamics of the
only,
economic factor could be handled by the ruling party. Please. Yeah, shorten your answer.
For that reason only, our government is calculating the family gross income of a current previous year before applying for a scholarship. That's what we are doing.
Yes, because it is not the absolute criteria that each and every year, so if they want to enjoy the EWS reservation, they have to produce the very previous year of report and economic status report. So it's so on parallelly for the dynamics of the economic status, it also could be updated and modified. Honorable opposition member. Any questions?
Sir, I have one, sir.
Yeah, please.
So, Home Minister said the weaker students, we need EWs for weaker students. We know economically weaker students, we are visibly seeing that economically weaker students join in government schools. Why don't we provide education valuable instead of these reservations?
Why don't we?
It's not making students, they think students are getting easy. students will have easy when it's being reservation, sir. It's just making students lazy in my point of view, sir. Because
So basically, your question is about the reservation, not EWS. The entire framework of the reservation.
entire reservation, sir. Yes, EW is main, sir. Because
Okay. So with the special reference to the EWS, the entire reservation is actually makes the students lazy rather than intelligent. From the ruling party, your please.
As opposition leader asked about the EWS reservation, the poor people can join in government school. Of course, it is yes. But what about the higher educational qualification, and what about their job opportunities? Is if they can compete with the one open question is that if all the reservation is eradicated, is it the possibility that all the people can compete with an open environment and open competition? That is a question. If the answer is yes, we can think about it. But the current situation of our country is not like that. If we eradicate all the reservation, all the jobs and educational everything will be concentrated on a particular side. For example, it's like when they are economically sound, the private institutions, they are concentrating, the opportunities are concentrating on that side. If they are educationally sound, the opportunities are concentrated on that side. We have to consider all the segregated people of a society who are living in all the rural areas and village areas, who are not even have accessibility. We have to consider those peoples. In those criteria only, we have given reservation and EWS also.
Good. Because of the society in the stratified manner, we have different layers of the society, so we can't establish a single or the that is a single framework. That is why the ruling party, as of now, it's establishing different layer of the privileges. This is what the notes from the ruling party.
So
Anything you want to ask?
Can I
Yeah, please.
add, sir? So,
Yeah,
so
please.
when the opposition leader said that reservation is making students lazy and not intelligent, the opposition leader should ask this question to themselves, to the opposition party itself, because it was the party which gave an amendment, the first amendment in the for the reservation, and it is the caste-based reservation, which is against the Article 15, where there is no discrimination against state against any person in the state based on religion, caste, sex, race, and place of birth. So they have
So
to
the
ask
question is backfired.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please continue, Prime Minister.
so till how much years they are going to blame previous government?
It's not the blaming. It's not the blaming. It's a clear reference from the previous government is actually introducing the first constitutional amendment bill exclusively for the caste-based reservation, and they've deliberately added the 9th schedule for bypassing judicial scrutiny also. This is not blaming. This is a cross-reference for the current scenario from at the moment when India got independence. It's actually the 75th year with the first year reference, not blaming.
So that's why people didn't vote for us, sir. Majority people.
That's why people. No, I'm not clear.
They vote for us.
So you only acted for voting, not for the welfare. You are confessing in the parliament that's why people voted for us.
They're also making one point with regard to the
Just a minute, President wants to talk something. Sir, yes. Please unmute, sir. Dr. Ramohan, sir, please unmute. Sir, you are muted. Sir, Dr. Ramohan, sir, you are muted.
Yeah, tell me. Yes, okay. See, of course, I should compliment all the participants from opposition and the ruling side. How long we are going to continue?
Just in 5 to 10 minutes, sir. We have only one question remaining.
Okay, I will say conclude after this question is over.
Yeah, okay, sir. Okay, then I formally declare that the question on the reservation stands closed. Now the last, but not least question, please, opposition group, please place your last question. Give a perfect finish.
So, Tamil Nadu is always ignored in national politics. The voice of Tamil Nadu has never been feared by central politics. Being a victim of most ignored, why Tamil Nadu can't be exempted from NEET exam? As Tamil Nadu students' educational setup is completely different from other state peoples.
Yes, now the ruling party, why you are always ignoring Tamil Nadu? One of the remarkable state have participated in all the historical events. Why? Why are you always ignoring Tamil Nadu?
We are not ignoring Tamil Nadu, as Tamil
Okay,
Nadu
please.
has 18 MPs in Rajya Sabha and 38 MPs in the Lok Sabha. They have also joined the Mahagathbandhan in the general elections. So they are not been heard. That's a incorrect statement which opposition leader says, that they are not being heard by in the central politics. They are in the central politics. They are actually the eastern central politics with the Mahagathbandhan. And for the NEET problem, the opposition leader said the education system of Tamil Nadu is different from the other states. How is it different? I'm a bit skeptical in the difference, because
Sir,
there.
Please, let the Prime Minister to finish it, please.
Okay,
You
sir.
finish, Prime. Yes.
So there, the expert committee says that their own expert committee says that the Samachir Kalvi, the state board education system, is in par with the NCRT books, and they have also, the previous state government have also remodified the books with the barcodes, with the technological innovations. They have come up with nice, colorful books, and also the NEET examination toppers are from Tamil Nadu. Just from the state government schools, the state government run schools, and they say that their education system is different from the other states. I'm not sure what opposition leader asked.
Yes, now the turn of the opposition. So in what way you are differed from the national educational curriculum?
We are differed. We have made our books tougher than NCRT. So already our exam is tougher. That is 12th exam is tougher. Why should students prefer for another tougher exam like NEET? That's what our question, sir.
So I have a small note. Once you are familiar for the toughness, then what is the problem of facing NEET?
So syllabus varies, sir. We have different kind of questions. They have different kind.
Then, so very ideal opposition leader we have today. Now the ruling turn.
Honorable Speaker.
Yes, one by one.
I want to tell the thing that they
Yes,
are saying that the syllabus is tougher. Why they want to do another toughest exam? But the students itself are prepared for it. And in the past survey, almost in 1 lakh participants, almost 55% were qualified. And in top 50,000 rank, almost 3,000 students topped in the examination. That means student itself preparing their mindset to approach for the toughest exam. The problem is the party itself giving fake promises that will cancel the NEET and such a type of things. Students are ready to accept and they are ready to adapt. Just for the political reasons and for the votes, they are seeming to that we are canceling NEET, no need to study for NEET. That type of compromise is making the minds of students not to adapt to that system.
Good. Yeah.
Well done.
Regarding the toughness.
So
Now the opposition
if students are adapting, why they are more suicides for this particular NEET exam? I don't know, sir.
Yes,
it is actually because I think it is the reason of the state politics. The state political leaders are giving the fake promises that NEET is toughest exam and government school students cannot compete with it, and once we'll come into force, we'll cancel NEET. They are giving promises again and again and again. So they are preparing only for their state board subjects, and once their fake promises are faked enough again, so that they'll get a feel of depression. So instead of giving fake promises, you can give some additive measures, like you can prepare, improve the coachings in the government school itself. So it is merely because of the politics in the state, not because of the need.
So from the notes of the Home Minister that the state is exclusive responsible for the suicide, for the NEET suicides.
Honorable Speaker.
Yes, please. Defense.
Honorable Speaker, I'm not asking for NEET suicide. So suicide எதுக்காக பண்றாங்கன்றது ஒரு ரீசனா தெரியாது. எதுக்காக மேபி வந்து மார்க்ஸ் வந்து கம்மியா இருக்கிறது காரணமா இருக்கலாம். ஸோ ஒரு சில நேரத்துல வந்து ஒரு சில நேரத்துல வந்து ஸோ நீட்டால தான் இவ்வளோ சூசைட் பண்றது அப்படின்னு சொல்றாங்க. ஸோ 2020 and 20. ஸோ லாஸ்ட் 2 years அப்போ பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 2020 வந்து ஃபுல் சூசைட் அட்டம் பண்றது. ஹவு மெனி மெம்பர்ஸ் ஆர் இன் சூசைட்? எல்லா மெம்பர்ஸ் வந்து சூசைட் பண்ணிருக்காங்க. ஸோ இந்த வருஷம் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா கிட்டத்தட்ட 16 மெம்பர்ஸ் ஆர் இன் சூசைட். இந்த வருஷம் 16 மெம்பர்ஸ் கிட்ட சூசைட் பண்ணிருக்காங்க. ஸோ அவங்க கிட்ட வந்து பசங்க வந்து சேஃபா இருக்காங்களா இல்லையா அப்படின்றது அவங்களுக்கு ஒரு ஆள் சொல்லி புரிய வைக்கணும். ஸோ நீட்டு மட்டும்தான் இவங்க வந்து சூசைட், நீட்டுக்காக தான் இவங்க சூசைட் பண்றாங்களா அப்படின்னு சொல்ல முடியாது. வேற ஏதாவது ஒன்று இருக்கலாம், ரீசன் தான் சொல்லலாம். ஸோ மார்க்ஸ் வந்து கம்மியா இருக்கிறது சூசைட் பண்ணலாம். அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு
situation. I got the point from the defense minister that so even altogether I've taken the notes from the whole minister and the defense minister that please finish honorable defense.
ஸோ அது வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா பர்சனல் இஷ்யூவாக சூசைட் பண்ணலாம். ஸோ மார்க்ஸ் ஸோ நீட் வந்து பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் அப் டு ப்ரிப்பேர். ஸோ நீட் வந்து ப்ரிப்ரேஷன்ஸ். ஸோ நீட் கொஸ்டின் இஸ் வெரி டஃப் தான். அது வந்து அதை பார்த்தது நம்மளால சூசைட் பண்ணோம்னா அது வந்து எதுவும் பண்ண முடியாது. ஸோ ஒரு பர்சனல் சுச்சுவேஷன்ஸ் தான் இருக்கலாம், இல்லை வந்து அவங்க ஒரு மன உளைச்சல், அவங்களோட அவங்க அதை பற்றி நினைச்சு பயந்துட்டு இருக்கிறது தான். ஸோ மார்க் கம்மியா இருந்தது காரணம். ஸோ அவங்க அதை பற்றி நினைச்சு பயந்துட்டு இருக்கிறது காரணமே இல்லை. அவங்க
yes got the point. So now it's a responsibility of the state government to take care of the students, those who are appearing for the NEET examination, because as per the notes from the Prime Minister and the Defense Minister and the Home Minister, that the real intentions of the current ruling party is to standardize the question paper, not to make the toughness in the examination, to standardize and to make the uniform format in the NEET examination. This is what the real intention of the ruling party. And now the time for the last question. So I request the supposition
point.
Please, please place the last.
I want to make an observation before the whole enlightened parliament and the speaker. If you say that there are students have committed suicide who are not able to clear the NEET exam because of the difficulty of the questions or lack of background, every selection of better institution is done based on competitive exam, like IIT, like even IAS examination. We don't find anybody who failed in IIT entrance test committing suicide. Paper who did not get through GRE exam, they don't commit suicide. People, 10 lakh people write IAS exam, about 800 people only get selected. So rest of the 9,600,000 people should have committed suicide. Why only it happens only in NEET? Is there any psychological problem?
Now I just invite for the last question the finishing shot, please.
Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, நீங்க நீட் Honorable Speaker, இப்போ நீட் தவிர வேற ஏதாவது நீங்க ட்ரை பண்ணலாம். ஸோ ஐஐடி, IPS, IAS, ஆப்வியஸ்லி பேங்க் எக்ஸாம் அந்த மாதிரிக்கும் நீங்க வந்து ட்ரை பண்ணலாம். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் நீங்க நீட் மட்டும்தான் ட்ரை பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னு கிடையாது. ஸோ எல்லா இடத்துலயும் நம்ம ஸோ எல்லா கோர்சஸும் இருக்குது. ஸோ எதுலையுமே கவர்மெண்ட் லேர்னிங் சம்டைம் லேர்னிங் இருக்கு. ஸோ அதை வந்து நீட் மட்டும்தான் இது பண்ணணுமா அப்படின்லாம் கிடையாது. ஸோ எல்லா வித கவர்மெண்ட் ஜாப்ஸ் இருக்கு நமக்கு ஏற்ற மாதிரி. ஸோ அதை வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஐஏஎஸ், ஐஎஃப்எஸ் எல்லா இடத்துலையும். ஸோ நீட் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா நீங்க வந்து நீட் மட்டும்தான் படிக்கணுமா அப்படின்னா கிடையாது. ஐஐடி, ஜெஇ ஏகப்பட்ட கவர்மெண்ட் ஜாப்ஸ், ஏகப்பட்ட கவர்மெண்ட் எல்லாமே இதுல வந்துருச்சு. ஸோ ஜெஇ இந்த மாதிரி லேர்னிங்ஸ் எல்லாமே வந்திருக்குது. ஸோ அப்போ வந்து நீட் வந்து எதுக்கு நம்ம இது பண்ணணும்? ஸோ வேற ஏதாவது ட்ரை பண்ணலாமே. ஸோ நீங்க அதே நினைச்சுக்கிட்டே இருந்தீங்கன்னா பட் வந்து கொஞ்சம் வந்து சிச்சுவேஷன்ஸ் கொஞ்சம் வேற மாதிரி ஆயிடும்.
Yes, got the notes from the defense ministry that that is clear.
நீங்க வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா வேற ஏதாவது
I will just the honorable defense minister, that is, we have got a clear insight from your notes that we have ample of opportunities rather than needs. We have more opportunities in India. India is called the land of the opportunities. So rather committing the suicide, we can place ourselves with some other opportunity. This is the crux of the notes from the honorable defense minister. Now the closing ceremony. So I would like to thank every participant. You are perfectly that is participated in this remarkable day, that is event. That is, and I would like to invite Desing sir for the closing the ceremony. Sir, Desing sir.
Dr. Ramohan wants to say something.
Yes.
Ramohan ji? Really? I think yes.
Sir, now, sir, Desing sir.
Okay. Yeah.
From your assessment, please declare the winners. Best parliamentary winner and best parliamentary runner also.
Right. I think Priyanka.
Or you can take a time. And you can put it in a group also. If you have any assessment criteria.
Priyanka has been doing extremely well. Of course, everybody. I am not only highlighting Priyanka, but Priyanka little bit more. But everybody did very well. We should not say this person did well, that person did well.
As usual, Home Minister backs the first bit. As usual, Home Minister, well performed Home Minister.
Okay. So I would like to call the names of the people who participated in this.
Yes, sir, please.
Aishwarya from our regular batch, Chinmaya Academy for Civil Services regular batch. She did the role of Prime Minister. Priyanka from regular batch, she did the role of Home Minister. Ashok, he is from ANF IAS Academy. We both are in collaboration. Chinmaya Academy for Civil Services and AINF IAS Academy are in collaboration. And Ashok is from ANF IAS Academy. He did the role of Defense Minister. He is from regular batch. And Narmada from Chinmaya Academy for Civil Services did opposition leader. She is from weekend batch. Somya Sinha did opposition member. She is from weekend batch, Chinmaya Academy for Civil Services. And Abhishek did opposition member from ANF from regular batch. Aarti from ANF IAS Academy. She did health minister. And Adityan from ANF did opposition member. They are from regular batch. So I congratulate each and every participant in this for first of all courageously coming forward, pushing themselves to this, to forward, to the front, and they are able to take part, and they gave their time, and they prepared well, and they were able to present it well also. So I congratulate each and every team, every team member. So I congratulate Dr. Muruganandam also for wonderfully leading the session. My thanks to Dr. Muruganandam and my gratitude to all the participants.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And my special thanks to Dr. Ramohan for presiding over this program. I would invite Dr. Ramohan to say a few words. Ramohan ji, நீங்க மியூட்ல இருக்கீங்க. Ramohan ji. Hello. Ramohan ji, கேக்குறதா? 1 minute. I think he's not able to unmute. 1 minute because he went out and came. 1 minute. I will unmute பண்றேன். unmute பண்ணி பாருங்க. unmute பண்ணி பாருங்க ராமாஜி. ஹலோ, அத unmute பண்ணி பாருங்க. இப்ப கொடுத்துட்டேன்.
Okay, now it is unmuted. Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Okay, this is I truly compliment excellent. Everybody have made a wonderful contribution. I am sure Indian administration bureaucracy has got a very bright future, seeing the performance of the people, very logical and calm and quiet argument, unlike part of our parliament. The she is like our present Prime Minister Modi ji, very eloquent, very good. And Priyanka reminds me of the previous Prime Minister, Narasimha Rao, calmly and quietly collecting all in facts and answering everything logically. In fact, most of the questions have been answered by Priyanka. And Dorothy is very active. So 3 members of the cabinet from the ruling party, they have done a lot of good homework and answered that. And the opposition, they are also equally good. Abhishek, Soumya, Narmada, leader of the opposition, Aditya, everyone has done a good point. They have got 2 things. One, the bureaucracy has got a great future with people like this to be there. And then they could be looking forward to all these members joining the bureaucracy next year and making a major contribution to the restructuring and rebuilding India. And their knowledge level is also quite surprisingly very good. Very logical, dialectical, argumentative, and as I introduced in the beginning, deliberative democracy. This is a capsule of the deliberative democracy, deliberative legislation, which I have seen in the past 1.5 hours. Excellent. Everybody has done. There are some small points. There are some criticisms about the government hospitals, government schools. Government hospitals are really good. The experience of the doctors in government hospitals, I tell you, it is far superior to the experience of the doctors in private hospitals. Only thing is, there are about 50 times more patients. They won't be able to. The oldest hospital the eye hospital in the world, do you know that? The oldest eye hospital in the world is the Egmore Eye Hospital, which is called Egmore Eye Infirmary. It established in 1805. For past 220 years, they have been doing service only next to the Edinburgh Eye Hospital. It is excellent. It may not look very air-conditioned rooms and beautiful bathrooms, but the performance is very good. Likewise, the government schools also not weak. There's no point in blaming government schools of inferior quality. They are good. Last year, quite a number of people from government schools, like Rungabakam government school in +2, that girl got this third rank. So no point in blaming the government that they are not. What is required is the concentration and dedication and the teachers' collaboration. Teachers should be the vehicles who will raise them to higher level. They should be the crane. So combination of all these elements, the symbiosis of the teacher, students, the government, and the syllabus, all put together, everybody will come, whether it's NEET exam or IAS exam, everything. But the proof is the congregation we have today. All of you have proved your point. You are worth it. You are worth it. Your worthiness has been proved by the discussion today. I am very happy, and I compliment Dr. Muruganandam. He is the man who is fit to become the Secretary General of the United Nations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Everything he is able to clear all cobwebs and direct the student discussion in a right way to a positive and conclusive and concrete conclusion. Excellent. And I compliment all participants, the Prime Minister, Home Minister, Health Minister, Leader of the Opposition, members, everybody. I hope everybody has participated. I don't know how many people come, but whoever has participated has done their job very well. Excellent. So good. So as I said, each man shown in his own way, like Aishwarya in her eloquence, Priyanka in her calm, collected, deliberate discussion, Aarti with her verve, and the opposition leaders Sonia, Abhishek, Narmada, Aditya, they are just waiting for the government to slip and catch. They did it very well. I complimented. This is the ideal situation. I hope we will have greater interaction like this, which will be good. I hope, I wish more students have participated, come as audience. I do a number. That's something which is discouraging. It is good. I congratulate Desikan, who has taken, like here, poor man, he had got a deprivation in the home. He just went to Tanjavur. He had to rush there, but meanwhile he organized it. And Muruganandam, with all his activities, he is able to do a very good guidance to that. Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you, Ramohanji. Thank you so much for your encouraging words. And I hope all the students will get motivated. Those who are watching this program also will get motivated to participate in this kind of programs. And all the participants today, I congratulate once again, and I thank them all, and I thank all the participants here. I thank all the viewers, and I invite Mr. Sasikumar ji. Sasikumar ji, நீங்க ஏதாவது சொல்ல விரும்புறீங்களா? Or
ஜி அருமையா இருந்துச்சு. வணக்கம் எல்லாருக்கும். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் வணக்கம்.
வணக்கம்.
பெருமையா இருந்துச்சு. டாக்டர் ஜிக்கு தான் இது நாங்க தேங்க்ஸ் சொல்லணும்.
தேங்க்ஸ் சார். தேங்க்யூ சோ மச்.
எங்க ஸ்டூடெண்ட் இவ்வளவு டாப்பஸ்டா வராங்கிறதுக்கு சின்மயா அகாடமி சுவாமிஜிக்கும் எல்லாருக்கும் ரொம்ப தேங்க்ஸ்.
தேங்க்யூ.
ரொம்ப நன்றி.
Okay, where are viewers, audience, anybody wants to share? Okay. So,
okay, sir. Then from the chair of the speaker, I formally declare that the session is being closed.
Okay, we will close with a song again, once again, inspiring song.
Yes, sir.
From a old movie, movie song. Just wait.
Yes, so I'll be in the off screen. I'll switch off my camera.
You can switch off the camera. Just a minute.
Yeah.
பனிமலையின் மீது உலாவுவோம், அடிமேலை கடல் முழுதும் கப்பல் விடுவோம். வெள்ளி பனிமலையின் மீது உலாவுவோம், அடிமேலை கடல் முழுதும் கப்பல் விடுவோம். பள்ளித்தலம் அனைத்தும் கோயில் செய்குவோம், பள்ளித்தலம் அனைத்தும் கோயில் செய்குவோம். எங்கள் பாரத தேசம் என்று தோள் கொட்டுவோம், எங்கள் பாரத தேசம் என்று தோள் கொட்டுவோம், எங்கள் பாரத தேசம் என்று தோள் கொட்டுவோம், எங்கள் பாரத தேசம் என்று தோள் கொட்டுவோம். வெள்ளிப்பனி மலையின் மீது உலாவுவோம், அடிமேலை கடல் முழுதும் கப்பல் விடுவோம். முத்து குளிப்பதொரு தென்கடலிலே, முத்து குளிப்பதொரு தென்கடலிலே, பொய்த்து வணிகர் பல நாட்டினர் வந்தே. முத்து குளிப்பதொரு தென்கடலிலே, பொய்த்து வணிகர் பல நாட்டினர் வந்தே. நத்தினமக்கினிய பொருள் கொணர்ந்தே, நத்தினமக்கினிய பொருள் கொணர்ந்தே. நம்மருள் வேண்டுவது மேற்கரையிலே, முத்து குளிப்பதொரு தென்கடலிலே. பனிமலையின் மீதுலவுவோம் அடிமேலை கடல் முழுதும் கப்பல் விடுவோம் பள்ளித்தலம் அனைத்தும் கோயில் செய்குவோம் பள்ளித்தலம் அனைத்தும் கோயில் செய்குவோம் எங்கள் பாரத தேசம் என்று தோள் கொட்டுவோம் எங்கள் பாரத தேசம் என்று தோள் கொட்டுவோம் எங்கள் பாரத தேசம் என்று தோள் கொட்டுவோம் ஆயுதம் செய்வோம் நல்ல காகிதம் செய்வோம் ஆயுதம் செய்வோம் நல்ல காகிதம் செய்வோம் ஆலைகள் வைப்போம் கல்வி சாலைகள் வைப்போம் ஆலைகள் வைப்போம் கல்வி சாலைகள் வைப்போம் ஓயுதல் செய்வோம் தலை சாயுதல் செய்வோம் ஓயுதல் செய்வோம் தலை சாயுதல் செய்வோம் உண்மைகள் சொல்வோம் பல வன்மைகள் செய்வோம் உண்மைகள் சொல்வோம் பல வன்மைகள் செய்வோம் வெள்ளி பனிமலையின் மீதுலவுவோம் அடிமேலை கடல் முழுதும் கப்பல் விடுவோம் பள்ளித்தலம் அனைத்தும் கோயில் செய்குவோம் பள்ளித்தலம் அனைத்தும் கோயில் செய்குவோம் எங்கள் பாரத தேசம் என்று தோள் கொட்டுவோம் எங்கள் பாரத தேசம் என்று தோள் கொட்டுவோம் எங்கள் பாரத தேசம் என்று தோள் கொட்டுவோம் நாங்கள் தோள் கொட்டுவோம் நாங்கள் தோள் கொட்டுவோம் நாங்கள் தோள் கொட்டுவோம் வந்தே மாதரம் வாழ்க சிதம்பரம்
Thank you. We will do the concluding prayer, then we will close the session.
Yes, sir.
Purnamadha Purnamid Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om
Harihi Om.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.